Hi, are you struggling with sharpening your pastel pencils? I can feel you. Sometimes it can be really hard to sharpen them. They break all the time, or you just cannot get to that sharp point you wish to have. In this video, I show you 3 ways I sharpen my pastel pencil, and these techniques work really well for me and for my animal portraits. Before we dive in, if you're interested in learning how to draw animals with pastel pencils, I invite you to join the waitlist for my membership Animal Art Club. We will open the doors soon. I give you here today some tips how you can sharpen your pastel pencils in the best way. I show you these techniques I prefer to use and that are working really well for me and my drawing method when I'm drawing animals with pastel pencils. Most times I work with the picked pastel pencils from Pastel. I also work a bit with the Carbotellos, and they are a little bit softer, and as you might know, or maybe you already have experienced that pastel pencils sometimes really break very easily. That the reason maybe can be that the lid is broken inside, or they have fallen down, or that they are just softer than colored pencils or graphite pencils, and the pigment of the lid is just softer and they break easily. Also, unfortunately, the pastel sharpeners, or these are just normal metallic sharpeners, the blades of them are blunt very quickly after sharpening our pastel pencils, sharpening the wood of the pastel pencils, and also the pastel dust that will be here on the blades make them blunt very quickly. And that's the reason why I show you here the methods that work best for me. You have to deal with that they break very easily. That is the case. But if you figure out what method of sharpening works best for you, then this works really well. So the first thing is I use these double metallic sharpeners, and I use them for sharpening the pastel pencils when they are new. This is working really well. They are sharp. Here the blades sharpen really well, and you can cut away and remove the wood, and you can create a sharp point. Let's also test one out here with the Carbotellos. So if they are new, they are sharpening here really well, and you can create a very sharp point, what you will dream about. Now you see, sometimes they break just easily, and that's normal. That's the case with your pastel pencils. And if you sharpen them in a normal way, like you do with colored pencils, and press them into the sharpeners here, you can create a nice long sharp point, but not long. These blades become blunt very quickly, and then they are not working anymore. Like here, this one, you put it in, and then you rotate the pencil, and no wood will be removed. This is working only at the beginning. If you then do it again and again, I suggest, and what I do then is to either only sharpen the front part of the lid, that you put the pencil into your sharpener and sharpen the front part of the lid. You can press a little bit more, remove the wood, and then put the front part into your sharpener and just remove the pastel pigment to create a sharp point. Do you see that? So I do that all the time when I'm working with my pastel pencils. Or what's also nice, to use a craft knife when to avoid that these sharpeners become blunt too quickly and you have to buy too many of them to avoid creating a lot of waste. You can use craft knives and just so cut away here the wood. Sharpen your pencils with a knife. Sharpen your pastel pencils with a knife. Remove here the wood. That does not look so beautifully like you do it here with these sharpeners, but it works, and it's also not so slowly, so you can also do that fast. And then either you use it here and draw with it. You can draw with it just like it is when you're working on larger portraits, or you put them then, if you like to draw details, to put the pencil in your sharpeners here and just sharpen with little pressure the front part of the lid. Always put them here in. Carbutellos are really softer, they break more easily. With them you have to do that very, very carefully and just put them here into the pencil and remove a little bit here of the pigment, okay? With the pits, they are not so soft. They are harder, and then when you cut away here the wood with a craft knife, cut away the wood, just sharpen them with a knife. You can also use any knife you have with a sharp blade. I like that, so just to cut away the wood here like you see. And it's also working then, so either you use it here like it is, draw some lines, or you put them here into the sharpeners. And with the pits, this is working really so well. Remove a little bit of the pigment, create a sharp point, and do it again, and then you have here a nice sharp pencil again. So that's really a method I like. You can then draw these fine little lines. That's a method I do all the time when I'm drawing my animal portraits. Use a craft knife, remove the wood, and just use these double metallic sharpeners to sharpen the front part of the lid. Draw some lines. When the pencil is a bit blunt, like this one, you have drawn, and then it's blunt. Then just put it here in during the drawing process, and it's sharp again, and you can continue. Okay, so that's the way I do it the most time, or just put the pencil. So let's take here also this violet is not so sharp. Put it here into your sharpener, cut away a little bit the front part. Of course you then don't have such an amazing front part like you have created with these new sharpeners. It's shorter, it's most of the time shorter here for me, but that does not matter. I can create fine lines with it. That's what's important for my fur drawings, for my animals, for fine fur rendering and so on. So these are the techniques I personally use all the time. If you prefer to use sandpaper, that's also nice, so that you sharpen your front part of the lid with a sandpaper. That's also working really well. If you put your sandpaper near you, figure out what method, what works best for you. So you can then just sharpen your pencils here a little bit with the craft knife again, like we did before, and then sharpen the front part with the sandpaper. That's also nice to do and create a sharp point, okay? And what also some of my students are using, or you could also try, is such a manual crank sharpener. A sharpener from, for example, this from Connect, with here this manual crank. That's also possible that you use those. I personally prefer the methods I've shown you before, but you can fix that sharpener on the table, and then you can put here your pastel pencils in. Let's try it out here with our violet. Here you put them here into that hole here, put them in, and then you have to use here the crank and do that manually. And then you also can sharpen with that your capitellos. Or let's try it out here with a, let's create a blunt pencil here. Let's create a blunt one, then put it here into that sharpener, the white. Use the manual method here. Turn the crank and let's see what happens here. Maybe I should do it a little bit longer. So I'm not a pro here with using them. You should also fix them on the table. I just want to show you that to you, that they are also working really well. You just have to get used to them. Yes, and they create a wonderful sharp point too. My students, some of my students love them. They have tested them, and they also stay sharp. So the blades stay sharp for a longer time than the blades of those sharpeners. But test it out for yourself. What method do you like? For me, that lasts too long. I'm really used to use these double metallic sharpeners. Just sharpen the front part, the lead. Keep drawing a bit further, sharpening the front part of the lead again. And that is the method I prefer to use. So I hope these tips were helpful for you, and you can also use that one that works for you best to sharpen your pastel pencils. So, are these tips helpful for you? Try them out, test what is working best for you. I love sharpening the front part of the lead best and using the craft knife to remove the wood. This is working really well. If you're interested in joining my online drawing school Animal Art Club, don't forget to join the waitlist in the link below. And if you like my YouTube channel, I would be happy if you subscribe. And then I hope I see you in the next video. Enjoy drawing!